behind me are 5 must-have starter farms, and I'm going to tell you in order which ones you should be building. The first one we're going to build is an iron farm, and to build the farm, it's easy. Start off by creating a 3x3. Punch out the sides like so, and take it down by 3. So you end up with something that looks like this. With your hole created, create a pillar in the middle, give yourself a center block like so, tower up by 3, and place a composter. With your composter in place, add in 2 blocks like so, one on the bottom and one above. Then add a slab to the top of it. This is where your villagers will stand. You then want to come out by 2 either side, and this is where you're going to put their beds. Just like that. With the beds in place, it's now time to make sure they don't move. So place a block on the outside, and I create a 2-high tower with a slab on top. And then I place another slab coming off the bottom. This will stop the zombie from being able to escape. What you want to do is place a trapdoor underneath that slab there. So again, you have something that looks like this. And with everything in place now, we need to create our collection system. So what we do is we go to one of the corners. I'm going to choose this one, and we place ourselves a hopper. So you end up with a hopper in the corner like this. I use 3 like that, so it only costs 3 hoppers. Above the 3 hoppers, we place our 3 signs. 1, 2, 3. On top of these ones here in front of the outlets, we create our second sign on the top. So you got this sort of thing here. In there goes a lava bucket. For water, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place one there, and you copy this for all 4 sides. But as you can see, we've got an issue here. So what we do, another bucket of water right there. Now everything is flowing where it should do. All it's left to do is add a zombie and our 3 villagers. It's sure to name tag your zombie so he doesn't despawn, and our farm is ready to go. Next up is a very simple mob farm. So what we want to do is grab our blocks, and we want to create a 2x2 square in the middle, like so. Perfect. Add some hoppers, add in chests along the front, and then we want to build this 24 blocks high. Until you end up with a glorious column like this. We then want to take this out by 7, but obviously we're going to have a small problem here. So we want to raise it up by 1, raise it up by 1 on this corner, bring it out, up by 1 there, raise on that corner. Do this all the way around. So you end up with this sort of shape. Bring this up by 7. Add a 1 block high at the end, and repeat this on all 4 sides. Nice and simple. What we now want to do, raise the sides up like so, come all the way around, and you close it all in. So you end up with stuff that looks like this. Nice and easy. What we now want to do is, in the middle, we want to be placing some signs. So grab your signs. I use signs, others use gates and stuff. What you do is I place them on the inside like this, and then I also place them on top. Some mobs can fortunately swim, so when we flood it, what you'll notice is it will stop like so, and they have nothing to latch onto. So everything will now disappear down the actual farm itself, and it'll all fall in, creating this lovely bit. So that's how I get to do it. Adding in the water, you end up with something that looks like this, nice and high. We do still need to go up 1 more, so go up by 1 more all the way around here, like so. Obviously I'm using deep state, you can use any box you want. Now all I have to do is to create large platforms like so. Just got to change the block up just so you can see what I'm doing. Create these spawning platforms where your mobs are going to spawn. And you'll end up with something like this. What we then want to do is build the walls up all the way around, like so. Perfect. Cool. So you end up with something that looks like this. You then want to grab some trapdoors. This is what's going to make them fall in. And you place your trapdoors along the inside of every single one of these. Fold them down so they can't fall down. The next thing we want to add is some carpet, because the last thing we want is to have spiders swarming in the world. So we're going to take all of these, and we're just going to spread them out every so often. That is your farm now 110% complete. All you have to do, pop a roof on. We go 2-high roof, like so. And with the roof on, that is your farm complete. And as you can see from the inside, we've got pretty decent rates. The next farm is slightly more complicated. This is a tree farm by ENX04, and basically you are going to need a lot of pistons. This farm can be relatively simple, or it can be as complicated as you want, but I'm going to try and do it nice and simple. So first of all, you find a block where you want to be placing stuff. I'm going to be placing stuff on this block here. So I get a dispenser to face it. You then get your comparator looking into it like so. So you've got this. We're then going to run ourselves some hoppers out the back, place a block behind the comparator, and then you place a repeater like so. Easy. Now comes the fun part, placing an absolute load of pistons. So this is going to be our main block here. Grab a piece of glass and place a piece of glass there. That is very important. A sticky piston behind the glass, and we go up by 5. Lovely. Place logs on the front of the 5 like so. Now as for the pistons, what we do is we do a 5x6, so it's 5 across and 6 above. And you do the same on both sides. Above the sapling, what you want to do is you want to place a block right about there. This will stop the tree becoming too tall and breaking the whole system. Nice and easy. Along the back, we place blocks on the bottom, leaving a 1 block gap in between all of them, like so. And you run a redstone line like this across all of them. Lovely, 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 lovely. Do the same on the other side. Perfect. Cool. Now we want to grab our glass. And this is where things can become a little bit more complicated. So what we're going to do is I like to run mine like so and put a glass there and a glass there. Coming here, we come over the top, goes up to the top there. Glass on top, glass on top, glass on top. Redstone, redstone. Perfect. So you have something that looks like that. Up here, we do the same. So we place our glass platform like that. I like to use another repeater just to make sure we're going to reach like so. And then we fire it on. And guess what? We go up again, ensuring that we feed everything along the way. Perfect. Come along the back here. Again, I'm going to pop another repeater in just because I don't trust it to reach. Makes my life that little bit simpler. And there it is. This works for birch and for oak. All I have to do is place it. Oh wait, it doesn't work. That's because we need to power this. The way we power this is you come underneath like so. Create a little channel underneath. And what we do is we'll break it down here. And we want a sticky piston with 2 observers. Grab your 2 observers, one facing down like so, and the other one facing up the way, like this. Now, sticky piston needs to go onto there. Perfection. And we can now place this like so. Come along the back. And as you can see, it is right there. Run our redstone line off the back of that. Come to there. Lock it in. And now we're firing out. Perfect. Grab your sapling. And there we have it. It makes a wood farm. And as you see, it is actually pretty quick. But eventually, you'll reach a limit. As you can tell, you reach a limit once it gets to roughly here. Now, this is where it gets expensive again, because what you want to do is you want to take the end block out like so, break down, and you place a redstone torch. What we're going to do is we're going to break all of this up to roughly sort of here. And then you want to add in, kind of you can place as many pistons as you want. I kind of go with sort of 6 or 7 and run them all the way along, like so, ensuring you're the same height as the wood is coming through. We now have a brand new wall. What we do is grab our blocks again and we copy this exactly the same. So we start on the bottom, leave a gap, start at the bottom, and then we don't need that top row because obviously, as you can see, the wood isn't coming through, but this is to break the leaves that ensures that we get good growth. Again, we grab our redstone dust, we come along the bottom, and we go all the way along. The only difference this time is what we're going to do is we're going to place a glass one on the end, and we're also going to place a repeater facing in. So what we do is we then run a red line from there to there, and what will happen is this will then feed up, place a redstone there, and again we go up, and guess what? Boom, perfect, cool. So what will happen now is when we get a full block on this corner, say we're going to use this andesite, this will trigger, and it all moves forward. So now that means if we go back to our farm, we have to break it, unfortunately, because we did get stuck. Grab our saplings, turn the farm back on again, fire her away, off it goes. We hold the right click, and if we fast forward in time, you'll notice that we then end up with a gigantic block of wood. And there's your tree farm. It's very simple. Now you just have to mine it. You could add a TNT duper, but like I say, these are just very basic, simple farms. Lovely jubbly. Next up, we have the easiest farm in the world. This is a sugarcane farm. Oh, wait. Hello. Oh, my God. You'd be so useful for my Super Flat Hardcore world that I stream every single day at 8 p.m. UK on Twitch and TikTok. But I mean, you can go check that out yourselves. Anyway, back to the farm. Place down your hopper to start with, like so. Pop a bit of mud on top. Behind it, we need to place water because sugarcane requires water. So, block underneath, and we build it up like so. And there you have it. Easy. What we now want to do is place another dirt block above that. Place a piston. Above that, we place an observer facing this way. So it's looking out and it looks glorious. Place our sugarcane so it can start to grow. And what you now want to do, place a block behind and you grab a single redstone dust and you pop that on top. That is genuinely the whole farm. What we do now is we block it in with a load of glass coming up like so. That way nothing can escape. So when it breaks, it doesn't break anything. I'm going to grab some of this to show you it working. And as you can see, breaks the 2 and it continues to break over and over. And everything ends up in a hopper. Mud has a different property to dirt, so it works like this. And this is completely tileable. All you do now is you add this all the way along. You can have these in mega banks. You can have them going everywhere. Yay. And the last thing you want to make is going to be this super smelter. So this is very, very simple. Place our chest at the front like so. We're going to pop our hoppers in like this, 4 on each side. Place your furnaces along the top like this. Along the top, place a load of hoppers, and along the back, also place a load of hoppers. On top of these hoppers, we want to place rails. Add on 2 blocks onto each end. Place powered rails on top of those. This will ensure that your hopper minecarts go backwards and forwards. The ones on the back are for fuel, the ones on the top are for your resources. Add your chests above these hopper minecarts. All you have to do is fill the chests up with your fuel source and with your ores, and you are ready to smelt. I like to use furnaces as I can change sand into glass, and it also smelts everything I need. You can also use blast furnaces, or you can even use smokers if you want to use one for food. But that is all of the farms. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. I've been Rickmods, and you guys are bloody awesome.